Alright, I hope this is working. I'm just starting to do a test stream. Basically, I've got a new animation and I'm going to be live streaming the animation process. But at the moment, I still have to finish building this set, and the last piece of the puzzle is the trapdoor that Harry Potter will go down. Hello, Antonio. Welcome to the stream. I'm not sure if you missed what I just said about what I'm doing, but I'll be live animating this animation. But at the moment I'm just set building. Hello, Burton. Behind the scenes? Yeah, kind of. I haven't really started animating yet, but I'm just finishing building this scene at the moment. Hello, Apocalyptic Production. There's quite a few more people here immediately than I expected. I'll just make sure everything's working alright with the stream. I love Harry Potter. That makes two of us, I suppose. Loved reading the books. In fact, it's pretty much the only book series I've ever read, honestly. Can I make more Lego videos? You know, I thought about it, but I think I'm just gonna build this set and not animate it. Hello, Pookie. British, and somehow you've never read the books. I don't think British has anything to do with reading Harry Potter. It's quite worldwide. Can you hear me? Well, I can see what you're typing. That's if that's what you call hearing you. I've never live streamed on YouTube before, so I have no idea how to check how many viewers there are. How? Through the magic of the internet. Seven? 2? Yeah, I thought it'd be a bit inconsistent. Well, there seems to be about 7 people in the chat at the moment, so... Anyway. I only just started like a couple minutes ago. Did you guys get like a notification or something? How long have I been doing stop motions? Like 6 years, but very on and off recently. In fact, I haven't animated anything in like a year. So here goes nothing. Oh, except for I did a few test animations for this, and I might show them a little bit. Do I have any tips on stop motion? I suppose if you keep watching, I'll probably come across a lot while I'm animating. I might not be animating tonight because I'm still finishing building this set, but in the next stream I should be animating. I'm on a DSLR camera, so I could probably show you it if I lifted up this webcam. That's the camera I'm using. It's the same one I've been using for years and years. It's done me quite well. It's a Canon 600D. There's a few frequently asked questions in the description of the stream, I think. And this software I'm using is Dragon Frame, the one where the animation window is... I've only started using Dragon Frame for actually only the previous animation I did. Before that I just looked at the camera viewfinder. Yeah, I think a phone would be quite a popular option these days because everyone seems to have them. Basically all this stuff I've just accrued over years, so it is expensive to start out with, but since this particular camera is so old, it probably might not be expensive anymore. Anyway, I might as well get started building this trapdoor for Harry Potter to go down. I've already organised a few Lego pieces because my Lego collection is a mess, and I think I really need to sort it out someday. Yeah, I haven't looked up the price of this camera in quite some time, so it could be quite different. I think I'll get Fluffy out of the way for now. Some of these plate pieces can be the hardest to detach from each other. The triple dog heads, yes. What am I doing? I'm just finishing off this set that I built for my newest animation coming up. It's really more of a stream test because I haven't done this before. I'll start laying out all the pieces. I really wasn't sure what size to make the trapdoor, but we'll see if this size works well. So feel free to ask any questions you might have. Vegas. No, I use Final Cut Pro, if that's what you're talking about. Video editing software. Have you seen Black Panther? No, I haven't. Honestly, not the biggest fan of superhero movies, except for maybe Spider-Man, but I've heard Black Panther is a little bit different, so maybe I'll have a look into it. I think I need the tool to pry these pieces up. Look at that. Technology these days. It's really good. Okay. How do you make a live stream? There's a software called OBS. Yeah, what Pookie's saying. And basically you get your stream key. I'm not sure if that's how it works with YouTube. I'm actually streaming to both Twitch and YouTube at the moment with Restream. So basically, you just go to a live stream page on YouTube and follow the instructions. The live view of my camera keeps stopping. That's going to be annoying. Oh well. Yeah, there are other options besides OBS, but they're usually you have to pay for them. And OBS is really good despite being free. Yeah, so I started live streaming because I finally got half decent internet. I used to have 0.3 megabits per second upload speed, and at the moment I'm uploading 6 megabits per second with some to spare. So thank you, internet providers, for bestowing me this honor. I'm running out of appropriate small brown pieces. I had to go dig through all my Lego to find them. I think I'm gonna need to rearrange them. Welcome, Troublesome 2. That might work okay. I tried to make a community post using YouTube's new community feature, and I don't know if it got posted to anyone actually. Loving. Apparently my friend is watching the stream. Hello, Tyler. He's probably stopped watching by now. There's also a black piece of cardboard I want to put under this so I don't have to rotoscope Harry falling in there. So basically he's gonna fall in backwards. And basically I could either put a black piece of cardboard there, or I could make a black section in After Effects and basically make sure Harry stays in front of the black section for every frame. So I think the black piece of cardboard might be a little bit easier. Yeah, After Effects is basically what I use for all the effects in my videos. So here's a black piece of cardboard, but it's a bit too big at the moment. I'm gonna have to cut it. Thanks, Yash. I don't know how good this piece of cardboard will actually look, but I think it'll be easier to rotoscope behind it anyway. Alright, I made the first cut. Hit Film Express. Yeah, I've is that a Windows editor or something? Because apparently Windows have discontinued Windows Movie Maker. It's a bit unfortunate. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it's not bad. I might have cut a bit too much off actually, which is you know what they say, measure once, cut a million times. Let's see how it closes on it anyway. That's not bad. Thanks, Jappa. Sorry if I don't know how to pronounce your name. Yeah, I started using Dragon Frame as of the Scooby-Doo animation, which is basically not very long ago. Well, it was quite a long time ago. It was over a year ago at this point, but in terms of my older animations, I basically put off using Dragon Frame for the longest time. Hello Turtle Gaming, welcome to the stream on Twitch. The other people are responding on YouTube, so if it looks like I'm talking to no one, there are people here. And now you're one of them. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, there's also a program called iStopMotion, which is kind of like Dragon Frame. But basically, if you use your phone or an iPad, tablet, like most people would these days, they basically have apps that work quite well. I've used one called, what is it, Stop Motion Studio or something? It's pretty good. So, I don't know that. I think I'll need to cut a new piece of cardboard because I suppose it's very close to being a perfect fit. But it might look a bit weird if it's not a perfect fit. Don't worry, I have plenty of cardboard. Japanese creative boy in Brazilian. Well, that's a bit different. So I suppose I said it right then. Can I shout you out, Morgan? Did that count? The animation, there's a little blurb in the bio of what it'll be about. So basically it's Harry Potter has got a time turner and he's going back in time to go through these 7 chambers guarding the Philosopher's Stone, and he's going to try and do them as fast as possible because the first time was not fast enough. And we all know Harry, he's a bit of a perfectionist and he wants to do things quickly. Why cardboard? I'm not really sure what else I could use. Do you have any suggestions? Anyway. Foam putty. I kind of want to make it look like a black void, but I might like darken it a bit more in editing anyway. I think any sort of putty might be hard to flatten. Thanks, Jack, for the compliment. He's back! He's back! I really should measure this, but I think I'm just going to freehand it again, because you only live once, right? Haha. Nice 2012 meme there. Alright, let's see how this piece looks. Oh, see, this one might be slightly too big. Let's see if I can force it in. It looks like it's working pretty well, except it's kind of bulging a little bit. I might cut it a little bit more. Yeah, OBS is what I'm using to stream. Thanks for the compliment about McAfee Man. That's probably my favorite video, actually, that I've made. I'm just trying to cut a tiny little sliver off of this cardboard. I wonder how that sounded on the microphone. It's going to turn into an ASMR stream. Man, I'm not very good at this. There we go. That looks a bit better. Maybe. Please help me. What do you need help with? Alright. I think it might be time to get the ruler out. Do some actual measuring and cutting. Or I could just try a third time. What do you guys think? Yes, I've since learnt to try to keep the volume consistent in my videos, since quite often I wouldn't listen to them. Well, while editing, I would listen to them with headphones. But I would be expecting the loud noise, so I wouldn't wouldn't shock me quite as much. I think the problem is my cuts aren't very straight on the cardboard. Alright, I might actually go get a ruler. I'll be back. Hello? Hello! Yes, I'm back. I know, it felt like a year, but... Say hello to YouTube. Oh god, this ruler is... It's flexible, but it's like staying bent. Look at that. That's what we want out of a ruler, right, guys? Do people in other countries call them straight edges? Basically, I just need to measure the exact distance of this trapdoor. Looks like it's 2.4 centimeters by 4.1 centimeters? Sorry, not 4.1. 3.1. Alright, let's get measuring. I brought a pen that probably doesn't work either. What an exciting stream. You guys listen to me measure things in the distance. Alright guys, I've made the measurement. It's time to cut. How did I get 26 million views on the Spider-Man animation? Man, you're asking me. I have no idea. Probably bots. Crawling through YouTube, clicking on videos about Spider-Man. All right. It's kind of hard to see with a bit of low lighting here. Let's hope I don't screw up the cut. Alright, that's one side cut. It's really hard to orient this massive piece of cardboard. Man, always the simplest problems. Here we go, I got some good lighting. Finally. Okay. I'll be back. Alright, I just went into another room with better lighting so that I could more easily cut this piece of cardboard. And now for the moment of truth. Does it fit? I think it's slightly better than the other three, and I'm not willing to cut another piece, so this will have to do. Look at that, good enough. Alright, now I'm gonna have to stick it down. You're the last one here. Blue tack. I think this blue tack's a bit old. It's a little too sticky to my fingers, and not very sticky to itself. Blue tack has been applied. It looks okay. It looks good enough. Might have to edit it in post, but we shall see. Put the trapdoor on it. Might need to stack the trapdoor up a bit higher. There we go. That's a bit bulky looking. Any questions for you? Do you make YouTube videos? If so, what do you make? Alright, I'm gonna go wash this blue tack off my fingers. Enjoy Fluffy. And don't go down that trapdoor, or he'll have you. Right. That blue tack is really hard to get off of your fingers. Vlogs and gaming? Classic. What type of games do you play? Alright, so how does Harry Potter look going down the trapdoor? So he's going to lift it up. Probably standing a bit further away. Fortnite, Minecraft, and Roblox. Very nice. Alright. Okay, that looks pretty convincing. That would be one of the frames where he starts falling. Alright, I'm quite happy with that. Actually, I just realized I forgot to upload the thumbnail to the YouTube live stream. I suppose I might as well get in the habit of doing that. Thanks for that, Morgan. I appreciate it. Alright. Uploading thumbnail. I want to see what this actually looks like on the YouTube app. Thanks for that. I wonder, some people might be in different time zones, so I usually actually watch streams or YouTube videos to fall asleep, and it kind of helps if there isn't yelling, to put it softly. Okay, it looks pretty good on the YouTube app. Oh, the stream has 13 likes. I didn't even know you could like a live stream. Still have no idea how to check the viewer count. Oh, there it is. 2 watching now. Nice. Yeah, so live streams in the future are much more likely to be exciting because I'll actually be animating. Well, I'm assuming you're one of the 2 people watching, and maybe my account. that I was watching from is the second person. I don't think this is the very best time zone for people in America though to be watching, because most of them would be asleep. Yeah, so 6:30 AM in New York and Los Angeles 3:30 AM. You know, there are some night owls, but we shall see if any of them come to watch. What country are you from? The UK. Okay. Let's check the time zone there. (11:30 AM). Okay. That's pretty good. It's currently 9:30 PM here in Queensland, Australia. Alright, I'm gonna start. I think I need to build up these walls a bit, because I'll show you in a second. Basically all I have to do is bump one of these walls and it's moving, like this one in particular, and when you're animating that is not something you want to happen. So I'm just going to put some supporting pieces. Alright, I think that's a bit more sturdy now. The whole wall moves instead. That's what we want, right? No, I'm sure it'll be fine, as long as I don't completely smash it while I'm animating. Should be good. Alright, I think that's pretty good as far as the set goes. So next stream I'll probably be animating. I don't think I have enough time in the night to start now. Basically how the scene goes is, actually, I can show you a test animation I did with a different trapdoor that didn't have the black cardboard. Well, this is the first test animation I did where Fluffy he's barking, but Harry Potter is nowhere to be seen. So let's give this one a watch. Ignore that last frame, it's a bit jarring. But I'm not really sure how to stop that while playing back in Dragon frame. Anyway. And basically Harry Potter's gonna run in quite quickly, jump down the trapdoor before Fluffy can get him. And this one has Fluffy not moving, but Harry Potter is. So he's rather quick, but he kind of just sinks into the floor at the moment. So basically, now that I have the new trapdoor, it'll look a bit more convincing, and with Harry and Fluffy moving at the same time. Show yourself in the webcam. Maybe next time. I'll probably have a different view of the webcam Anyway, I'll just give you a tour of the lighting setup I've got here. So this light here is a bit of a blue light. It shines onto some black paper, which should be reflecting down onto the roof, which should make things a little bit brighter. But the main two lights are supposed to simulate moonlight coming through the doors there. Ran out of grey bricks for the door frame on that side. I'll show you this side if I can. Yeah. Alright, I'm not really sure what else I can do on the live stream, so maybe I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, Morgan. I appreciate it. And all the other people. And 2 new people arrived just as I was about to end the stream. Hello, Nathan and Oscar. Thanks for the compliments on my videos, Nathan. Yeah, so next live stream, I'll actually be animating this scene. And that, I'm not sure when exactly that will be, but probably around the same time in a few days, maybe a week from now. Don't end the stream. What should I do though? You got any suggestions? I don't really want to start animating because then I won't have enough time by the end of the night. I'm not sure if you guys got to see these test animations. The 2 new people, but that's Fluffy barking. And where's the other one? And that's Harry Potter running past Fluffy. Basically, this stream, I've been building the new trapdoor, which is this thing, and it's got a black piece of cardboard under here, so that it looks like Harry Potter actually goes through down the trapdoor instead of through the floor. Okay, you saw. Thanks for that, Nathan. Thanks, Black Sheep. I think it's more or less, the set's more or less done now. And I'll be animating a few days from now, hopefully. Actually, you know, I might actually do a quick test animation, because I looked up footage of dogs barking in slow motion, and basically it's going to be hard to explain this exactly, but this is my first attempt, right? And so the top jaw opens up and just goes down to the bottom part of the jaw. but what happens when a real dog barks is kind of, so the top jaw opens like normal, and basically the bottom jaw comes up and meets the top jaw where it is. It's quite interesting. So I might actually try that type of barking to see if it looks any better. Welcome, Kaxano, if I'm pronouncing your name right. Thank you. Yes, my last video was a year ago, but this one is coming soon. TM. Anyway, I'm just gonna get some water, I'll be back. The reason why I hardly upload is because basically I had university and I didn't have much time to animate, and also it's kind of not really enjoying animation as much anymore, but now that I've got some more spare time, I think, and I've got a good idea that I actually want to animate, that's what's kicked me back into starting doing animation again. Alright, let's give this a go. Maybe I should change the title to Test Animation. Hey, no problem at JTBT. Hopefully you might learn a few tips from these streams as well. Alright. I'll just change the title quickly. I have neither an Xbox or a PlayStation. I actually have a Wii U of all things, because I'm a pretty big Nintendo fan compared to the other game companies, and also because the Wii U has Super Smash Bros. On it. I haven't got a Switch yet. Alright, so that's the stream title updated. Gaming video, dude, that's what I meant. Stop motion is love. Yes, it is. Gaming video, I actually do live stream Super Smash Bros. Tournaments on my other Twitch channel. Thanks, Ninja Kid. Alright. You guys came here just in time. I'm just about to start a test animation. Alright. Start with the first frame. The shutter speed is really long because I've got low light. Also, why is the shutter keep moving? That's annoying. Alright, I think it stopped moving. So I'm animating at 30 FPS, so it's going to be a lot of minute movements. You can barely tell it's moved. Look at that. Just the way you want it. Okay. In the next frame I'm going to move it quite a bit more than the previous ones. I'm also going to make sure that he doesn't tilt. Or actually, I think he should start tilting. But the first frame of tilting should be very minute. Maybe like that. I think the shutter moved again. I don't know if it's a problem with my camera, but it's just something we're going to have to deal with by the look of it. Okay. That's way too much tilt. There we go, that's pretty good. Bark, 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 bark. So if any new viewers are here, feel free to ask any questions. So I think I'll start to leave the upper jaw, make it slow down quite a bit. And try to tilt him all the way up to meet his upper jaw. I think that's going to be pretty hard to do actually. What can I use to keep him from falling back down if I prop him up? I would use blue tack, but I don't want it to go everywhere and be sticky on everything. I might have to get some new blue tack. I'm gonna try some tape to see how easily the camera can see it. Hello, Angiru. Welcome to the stream. There we go. Look, it's a ghost. Alright. What's my job? Well, I could say that the money I earn off of my previous videos is technically my job. It's not as much pay as a normal job would give, but it's definitely better than nothing. I think the shutter moved again, so I'm gonna have to take another frame deleted immediately. Okay. How do I want to continue this? That's an okay frame. I'll see how this goes. Correctly. Wow. I feel honored. It sounds quite Japanese, your name. I think the camera moved a bit. Oh well. You know, I think I leaned him back a bit too much to start with because now it's getting difficult to lean him back more to finish off the motion. Actually, I have an idea. I can stick the tape to his back instead of his leg. It should be covered up, hopefully. Look, did that work? The shutter moved again. You asking me what my first video was? In which case, I think it was a video of me solving a Rubik's Cube on my channel, but my first stop motion was Team A versus Team B. Funnily enough, about a Rubik's Cube as well. Yeah, the tape behind him actually works okay. Okay. Except he kind of falls down. What lens do I use? I think that's in the description of the video. It's a Sigma 18 to 250 millimeter. I think I need to stick the tape up a bit higher, actually. And the Yeah, I just put a few frequently asked questions in the description. But, you know, no harm in asking anyway. I think I might start over, because this is getting hard to tilt him back enough to make the motion look realistic. Goodbye, every frame. I'll be back in a sec. When will the stream end? Probably when I feel hungry and go get some food. We'll see. It's already getting close to 10 PM here, so might go a bit longer. Morgan 2.0 YT, is that what you wanted me to say? Alright, let's start again. Let's just make sure he can tilt it back. You know, the tape is more trouble than it's worth, so I think I'm just going to try and animate it without the tape. I'm actually kind of glad I did doing this test animation, because these are the troubles that I would have had on the actual animation stream, and best to get them out of the way now. Who's my favorite YouTuber? That's actually quite a tough question. I quite like the Vsauce channels, and I'm recently quite liking the storytime animation channels, like The Odd Ones Out, Jaden Animations, and Domix, and all the others as well. It's time for animation to come back on YouTube. I also really love the Corridor Digital vlog channel, because they show all the behind the scenes of all their videos and stuff, and how their company works. Dan TDM? Can't say I've heard of him actually. Alright, let's start again. What happened? Oh, I scrolled to the right on Dragon Frame. Wow. Cool. You know what? I don't think either of you should shut up, because otherwise I wouldn't be talking to anybody. So this time around I'm trying to move his body only a little bit as his upper jaw goes up. Alright, Morgan, what is your favorite movie? Lego theme. Let's think. I quite like the creator sets because they usually have lots of options for the pieces that they give. A hard question. What is the meaning of life? What is the cubed root of 74 billion? Ninja Kid likes Ninjago, very fitting. I think his jaw needs to slow down a bit more now. Actually, we'll see. This technique is actually not working how I hoped it would because his jaw moves up too much for his whole body to follow, really. So maybe I'll just have to go back to the original technique where he would just kind of open his top jaw and close it. I imagine this isn't going to look very fluid in the end, but we shall see. Oh, it looks quite interesting actually. Yeah, his jaw needs to move down a bit for this frame. Good. Doing your math homework? Yep. Reminds me of the days of school where I actually took 2 different math subjects and I would end up doing my math homework in English class. Don't do it. Yeah, I suppose you could just not do it, but consequences might exist. I live in the Gold Coast in Queensland. That looks quite interesting actually. What program is this? This is Dragon Frame. It's a very good stop motion program. It has good features. Does that look like barking? Might be a little slow. But it's not too bad. This is 30 FPS actually. You can see there's like a little indicator. Oh no, you can't. It's covered up by the camera. Very good. Or is it? Yeah, there's a little indicator. Basically, I'm going to move the mouse. Here it is. That says 30 FPS. Usually 15 is perfectly fine. But the last 2 animations I've done have been 30, so... Anyway, so that technique for barking where he goes, the top jaw comes up and then his bottom jaw comes up a bit as well, while the top jaw stays relatively in the same position, and then he kind of goes back down because he has to, because of gravity. And then the previous technique I tried was where only the top jaw really moved. If it's cold outside, I'll probably put my hands in my pockets. Anyway, so this is the first technique. So it looks quite good because all 3 of the heads are barking and moving. And I think this might just be easier to do it this way in the actual scene of the animation. Maybe I'll try a hybrid between the 2. I'm gonna go get some more water. Yeah, drag and frame can be quite expensive because I think it's the most professional software for stop motion animation. Like, I think a few movie studios would use it. But like, as far as professional software goes, that's relatively cheap. But you can actually get a pretty big discount on it if you are in school and you use it. You can say you're using it for educational purposes. Yeah, I thought since I just managed to get some half decent internet, I might as well try streaming. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm just testing things at the moment. And I'm probably gonna start actually animating the scene properly next stream. So that's just a little test bark from Fluffy here. And basically, Fluffy's gonna be barking, and Harry is gonna be trying to run past Fluffy and go down the trapdoor. And meanwhile, Harry's actually playing the flute in order to stop Fluffy from actually biting his head off. And Fluffy is going to fall asleep in a very short amount of time. I'm actually not sure how I'm going to make it look like Fluffy's falling asleep. I imagine that's going to be quite difficult. Let's try some options. So he could fall to the side like that. Make Harry shrink down like that. I'll show you the frame by frame. Basically, I'm not keeping that take because there is, under this trapdoor, there's some black cardboard to make it look like he's not going into the floor, but I'll show you the frame by frame. So it starts out with him spinning around and bending his, well, not bending his legs, but making him as low to the ground as possible. Then I remove his legs, then I remove his body, and then his head's gone. So when you play it, it looks pretty convincing that he just kind of disappears through the floor. Anyway, so Fluffy. How would Fluffy, a rigid, unmoving part of this body, how would it sleep? No, it's just those 3 frames. Basically, if you start out a movement and you ease in and ease out, you can make the in-between frames quite quick. Yeah. Fluffy sleeping. It doesn't seem like this guy would have a good time sleeping. Is that how Fluffy would sleep? Does he sleep standing up? I wonder if I could detach the legs. Yeah, I'm not actually sure how to take off the legs. It seems to be 2 pieces. But I don't want to break it either. So basically, it's a bit blurry, but there's a little tab here that looks like there's a connection for the 2 pieces, but otherwise it's like a solid connection. Yeah, I'd really rather not break this because I ship this from overseas. And it would take quite a while for a new one to come. It looks like it can come apart. I don't know. It's not coming off easily. I have a feeling that he might just fall face first. So he's going to be standing more or less back here. Barking, barking. Harry plays the flute. And he falls down on top of the trapdoor, which is definitely a problem. Because Harry needs to lift up the trapdoor. Moving up and down. Do you mean like this? I'm not really sure how exactly I should orient him in order to... Oh, do you mean just like let's say he's like this and goes snore, snore. That could work okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Maybe I'll test that actually. New take. So how long have you guys been watching so far? I know there's someone, Morgan's been watching for quite a while. Oh, shit. I bumped the light, and I think the lighting changed because of that. Wow. I've even sticky taped the light down. Yeah, the floor piece is actually just a giant base plate, so I don't really want to remove that because that would mean moving this set as well. "12 minutes, very precise." You can barely tell he's moving, actually. The first frame is always the hardest because it's the one where you move the least. This might actually be quite hard because it's such a small movement. You have to be very precise. So if I leave my camera without taking a photo for too long, the shutter gets a bit lazy and just moves, and so I have to take a photo to reset the shutter. Alright, I think he'll start slowing down now. That's a bit too much movement. Maybe this is where the onion skin would come in handy. That's pretty good. Hello Adrian, welcome to the stream. Alright, I'm gonna have to try and be super precise now. There we go, that's pretty good. at that. So basically what I imagine is going to happen in the scene is Fluffy's going to be barking pretty furiously, and then as Harry Potter gets closer with the flute, he'll slow down his barking and eventually just turn into snoring, more or less. Although it might be a bit too quick for that to happen, but if he slows down his barking, that'll help to sell the effect anyway. Alright, it looks like I didn't move it at all, but we'll see if I actually did. Yeah, I think it moved slightly. That's perfect. Okay. Now he'll start moving down. Oh no, I moved him too much. Yeah, it's been pretty long since my last animation, and it was pretty long before that as well, the gap between my last two animations. So I think the last gap was 1 year and 9 months, and so far it's been something like 1 year and 6 months since my last one. But I'm working on one now. For those who don't know, I'm actually trying to animate Fluffy sleeping or snoring. I'm just trying different things. I'm sure the sound will make it more realistic anyway. I'm not actually sure where I'm going to get the dog barking sounds, because I'm sure there's sounds of dogs barking, but they need to be quite specific, and I'll probably need to edit them to be really low pitched, because Fluffy's diaphragm would be very, very wide. Yeah, I know what you mean, Tom Lord. I'm currently working around that at the moment. This is my 4th little test animation of this scene before I actually get started on the real thing. So it helps just to do it and not worry about it, I suppose. But doing test animations can help. And by a test animation, I just mean like 30 frames. I don't mean an actual full video. What I did with the last animation I did was, the first scene I chose to do was very simple, like the movement I couldn't really screw up, and so it was actually, in the Scooby-Doo one, it was the tree spinning his so-called hands, which all I had to do was just move the hands between each frame, so that kind of got me warmed up into the more nuanced scenes with like precise minifig motion and stuff. Yeah, that's a good point. Stop, Moses. Gotta have a positive mindset. And that's part of why I haven't animated as often as I used to, because I kind of get sick of it after a while. But then I always end up coming back, as evident by what I'm doing right now. That might be a bit, yes, that's definitely a bit much. Perfect. Hello, Battle Warfare Brooks. Welcome to the stream. Getting a bit closer to snoring. When does he start? It starts pretty far down, actually. Yeah, I use Final Cut Pro as well. And that's where I add all the audio and stuff as well. And then for visual effects, I use Adobe After Effects. I hope I didn't bump the camera just then. he moves up quite quickly. I'm trying to make this into kind of a loop just to see how well it works. But I don't really know how to go straight from the end frame to the start frame with an onion skin in Dragon Frame. So basically, if I go past the last frame, it's just black, but I really just want the first frame to be there instead. It's getting pretty close to the starting point. Actually, I think maybe I can copy the frame, or I could just do that. So it drifts off to the left quite a bit. Well, you're watching someone animate right now, so if you just copy what I do, albeit you can start out taking a lot less frames, you'll get there. Alright, I'm just gonna go get some more water. Yeah, everyone gets better with practice. It's pretty much the only way to get better, unless you theory craft in your head about how to get better. It's a bit much. There we go, that's pretty good. I think when he lifts his head up to snore, it might be a little too fast? I'm not quite sure. That looks pretty good, actually. Thanks for the suggestion. For bobbing him up and down to make him look like he's sleeping. And with a kind of snoring sound effect, I could probably make it look quite good. Welcome, Yoda Motions. Alright, so I'll run through all of the test animations I've done for this scene. I'm kind of getting derusted so that when I actually go to animating the scene, I won't have a year and 6 months of doing no animating whatsoever before I start. Actually, it was a year and 6 months ago since I released the video, but I stopped animating well before that. Far out. Anyway, so this is the first scene where I just did a test of Fluffy barking. This is the first bit of animation I did in probably nearly 2 years. Next one is Harry Potter going through the trapdoor. He kind of just falls into the floor because I didn't sort out the piece of cardboard before then. So I did those two probably a couple of weeks ago actually, and tonight I've done this one, which is, it doesn't look like a loop anymore because I've got a different ending frame. Does anyone know how to disable the live view frame when you're playing back? Anyway, that's supposed to be a bark. I think he needs to go a bit faster when he lifts his top jaw up. Yeah, stop motions are my main source of income at the moment, even though I haven't made one in a while, but basically I've spent the last 4 years at uni studying programming and software development, and I basically spend a lot of time working on that stuff now, and I really enjoy it, and I'm gonna hopefully have some software for people to use and see if I can turn that into a job. But I also live stream Super Smash Bros. Tournaments on Twitch, which earns me a little bit of money, but not very much at all. So lots of little sources of income. And this one I did just now, which is the snoring. I quite like this one actually. Except for that little camera move at the end. I think that's just because the live frame is there and it's different because the shutter moved. Alright. I'm not really sure if I have anything more to test until next stream. Let me run through it. So I think it's going to start with Fluffy barking quite a bit before Harry Potter even enters the scene. And he has quite a distance to cover with his running, but as you saw in that previous test, he gets there quite quickly. And I also intend to have audio as if Harry's playing a flute in order to calm Fluffy down. And Fluffy is going to go from barking to snoring very quickly because of how Harry is running towards the trapdoor, which is the nature of the video. He's speedrunning through the chambers. And Harry will lift up the trapdoor while Fluffy's snoring and go down. Yeah, so university happened for 4 years. I've graduated now, and now I have a bit more time for animating, which is good. I think I might have to end the stream, guys. It's getting pretty late. It's 10:50 PM here in Australia. Thanks, Mashed Pixels. I hope this video will turn out well. So I'm gonna, hopefully next stream, I'll be animating this scene properly. No more test animations. The time is done for them. And hopefully it'll turn out good. Yeah, 11:50 in Victoria. Some of us want to go to bed at a reasonable hour. Us old dinosaurs. No, I'm kidding. I usually go to bed around midnight. So if I want to make that, I'll probably have to stop streaming soon. But yeah, it's been a good stream so far. How long has it been? Let's check. Two hours ago, I started streaming. Yeah. I imagine animating the actual scene will take, this is just a rough estimate, something like 4 hours. When do I expect it to be done? See, I'm not quite sure. I don't think this will be my main project, since I'm still working on software stuff at the moment. But basically, I'm going to be trying to do these live streams quite often and showing off set building as well. And to be honest, I don't know when this animation is going to be released, because if I give people an estimate, it's usually horribly wrong. Thanks, Tom Lord. So yeah, the internet's actually been working quite well. For those who don't know, I just started live streaming today because I just got NBN, which is much better internet than what I had before. I went from 0.3 megabits per second upload to around 20 megabits per second upload. So about 60 times faster upload speed, which is nice. But I've been having the idea to do live streams like this for a couple months. I've just been waiting for the internet, basically. So yeah, now is the time to start animating this idea I've had for quite a long time. $140 upload, that's pretty good. I think that's the maximum you can really get on NBN. In fact, I think that's what they advertise it as, but we don't quite get that in the real practice. I'll be back, I'm just getting some more water. Alright, I think I'm just because there's a new set of people here now, I'll just show you guys the lighting setup of what I've got here. So basically this light here reflects against the wall, which has got a big piece of black cardboard, and basically that just lights up the whole scene quite a bit. And so if I turn it off, you could probably see the difference in lighting. Actually, I just realized I've got the room light on as well. So I think when I'm actually animating, it'll look more like this. And with color correction, it's gonna look quite a bit different as well. But basically these two main lamps here, one here shining through the doors, it's kind of trying to be like simulating moonlight, and then on the other side as well, like that. And the black cardboard is to stop massive reflections, basically. I was studying multimedia and IT, which is basically the multimedia side is kind of like this stuff, animation, filming, and then it kind of blends into the IT side, which is game development and web development. But basically, I got really into programming and software development stuff, and also what I mainly do now is web programming. Basically make web apps and stuff. Alright, I think I actually might end the stream here, guys. Make sure to tune in next time when I animate this scene properly. And hopefully that'll be... the next stream will probably be in a few days or a week. We'll see. And thanks so much for watching and chatting. I've enjoyed the questions and discussion. It makes animating quite a bit less tedious, which is always good. Thanks, Mash Pixels. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, Shulkle.